future expats and YouTubers. Welcome back to Jackie R. Living Life Abroad. Have you been dreaming about leaving the United States with everything that's going on? I get you, because guess what? I've been where you are. It took me several years to clear my finances, research different countries, consult other expats either on YouTube or personal friends that I know that have moved abroad, have family discussions, because this type of decision not only affects you, but it affects your loved ones as well. One of the most important things I did was set up a trust. In case anything happens to me, all my finances, all the details, all the instructions have been taken care of. I chose Merida, Mexico as my soft landing after considering Portugal, Spain, and visiting several other towns or cities here in Mexico. Mazatlan, Cabos, San Miguel Allende, Mexico City, Oaxaca. I felt like Merida was the safest place for me to make my soft landing. So today, I'm sharing with you all the hard-won lessons to make your transition a lot smoother. Trust me, I've got 5 steps that you can use to make your move abroad. Hello, my YouTubers. I want to get into today's session about the 5 steps to retire abroad, especially for my audience of 60 and older. But before I share with you these steps, I want to make a distinction between a tourist and an expat. Now, when I first started coming to Mexico, I visited Mazatlan, I was a tourist. I visited Mexico City, I was a tourist. I went to San Miguel Allende as a tourist. I went to Oaxaca as a tourist. But when I came to Merida as an expat. So you say, well, what's the difference? Well, there's a big difference, because tourists, they think about margaritas, they think about going on tours, hanging out at the beach. But an expat is more concerned about real estate, housing, healthcare, residency, transportation. These are the things that are more important to an expat. So if you are over 60 and have been considering moving abroad, whether that's to Europe, like Spain, or Mexico, where I am, today I am sharing 5 steps, and I've taken these steps, so trust me on these. 5 steps that you need to take, or that you should take, to move abroad. So let's get into it. Let's get real. Some of you are followers on my Instagram page, where you see all the beautiful pictures, me hanging out with my friends, me having a good time. Well, those Instagram experience were built on years of preparation. I just didn't do these things overnight. I'm 72. And so my planning started, I would say, maybe 10 years ago, when I made my first European trip to Spain. I realized then that I could live anywhere in the world. I enjoyed it. I got along with the people. People didn't see color. I had a wonderful time in Spain. So since 2015, I've been preparing myself to move abroad. Okay? So I'm going to be sharing these things with you. And at the end, I have a document that you can download that gives you step-by-step instructions on how to prepare yourself to move abroad. So let me get into it. All right. Now, I'm going to talk about how long it took to untangle U.S. financial ties, how many countries I need to research and visit before choosing, how crucial expat advice was. They tell you the truth, not like the travel blogs. If you get on some of these Facebook pages where you join a group of a country that you're interested in, these are real people telling real stories. All right. So if you think you can just pack up because you're frustrated with what's going on in America, unless you have a minimum of $10,000, you may pack up and leave and move to another country. But more than likely, after 1 year, you're going to find yourself moving back to your home country. So with these proven steps, let me share with you how to do it right. Okay. So now, my biggest lesson was starting financial prep early. Like I said, I realized in 2015 that I wanted to move to another country. That was 10 years ago. And so I tracked my expenses, made a little budget. Okay, how much am I spending on food? How much am I spending on mortgage and rent? How much am I spending on insurance? I tracked it for at least 3 years, okay? So that I would have a real idea of what my cost of living was, all right? I closed out some dormant accounts, some accounts that was just sitting there doing nothing. I closed them. Not only that, I paid down on my installment plans for like AT&T, my mobile devices. Those people charge interest, okay? And you end up, you can't buy, the phones cost $1,000 or iPad might cost $1,500. So you paying in installments, which you pay more. And that's the way the system is currently set up. And so I paid those off. The most important thing that I did, and I want y'all to consider this, was I set up a revocable trust. All my money, my worldly possessions are in a trust. If something happens to me, there's no question of what needs to be done. My attorney is holding my trust. I've got a trustee in charge of it. And so that allows me to at least have not that much stress or any stress really when it comes to my finances. So start financial prep early. All right. That's number one, the financial deep clean. Pay off those bills, pay off those credit cards, get rid of Netflix, get rid of Apple TV, get rid of those things that are not necessary, but they become luxury items. Even if you feel like you want to pick it back up later on, cut it off now, so that'll be money that you will be saving. Listen, I don't know if you all know this, my retirees or close to retirees, but your 401k, if it's with a financial institution that has a stipulation that you need to be in America in order for them to keep your account, you need to check that, because many of them will close your account if they learn that you have moved. Okay, I know that one for sure. Number two, the tax maze navigation. All right. Worldwide, we're taxed. Americans are taxed. And with the tariffs and the situations that are going on, a lot of countries are not friendly towards Americans right now. So we are taxed worldwide. Yes, really, we taxed worldwide. Now, I interviewed at least 3 tax specialists to get a handle on finding one that understood about expat issues, okay? How much taxes do I have to pay? Should I convert my money? Should I open a bank account and transfer all of my money? All right. But before I did all of that, I lived in Texas for a number of years, because Texas, you don't pay state taxes. And without having to pay state taxes, I was able to save a substantial amount of money. All right. That was number 2. So healthcare, one of the most important items for a retiree or an expat, not a tourist, but an expat. And that is my health. What if something happens to me? Now, listen to me very closely. I did not assume that Medicare would work in Mexico or anywhere else in the world. I already understood that my Medicare is only good in the United States. But what I did drop was my Medigap plan. The Medigap, in addition to my Medicare, Medigap pays the 20% that Medicare does not pay. All right. But my Medigap premium was over $200. I was not going to be able to use it if I was still in the United States. Therefore, I dropped my Medigap, saved that $200, and just kept my Medicare Part B. You get A automatically. And if I need to come back to the United States, I have Medicare, and I pay a monthly premium. Whatever the monthly premium is, I think it's $185, maybe $200 now. You pay a premium every month for your Part B, Medicare Part B, which comes out of my Social Security. Okay. I dropped D, prescription. I've said this before in other videos. They wanted to charge me $413 for a 30-day supply of high blood pressure medicine. But here in Mexico, that same medicine for a month's supply only costs $5. Okay, so that's something to take into consideration, whether you keep Medicare B, D, G, okay, or the Medicare Advantage plan. Whatever you have, you need to take that into consideration. Now, I have been paying a lot less for my dental care here in Mexico than what I would have paid in the United States. So that was not a surprise. You can also get travelers insurance, which typically runs about $60 a month. But you need to really research these travel insurance companies. A lot of times, if you're retired and my age, you pay a much higher premium than if you were younger, like some of these digital nomads in their 30s and their 40s. So research travel insurance before you jump off the deep end and buy one. Don't make a mistake. Get your health plan locked in before you need it. Understand what you have and how you can use it before you leave. All right. Number 4, and this one is important too, is the emotional work that nobody talks about. And that is the paperwork that you have to come up with in order to be a resident, getting your financials together, getting your tax information together, getting your bank statements together. Those things are the easy part. But what is not so easy are the family conversations, having discussion with your siblings or having discussions with your children, having discussions with your grandchildren on your plans, knowing that you will not be close by for them to come by and see you or fly over or for Thanksgiving or Christmas, because you're going to be in another country. And unless they have a passport, they won't be able to visit you. So you have these conversations with your family, and you let them know that these are your plans. Now, everybody's not going to be into it. Everybody's not going to be accepting of what you're trying to do. But you stay the course. You've already made your decision. I'm giving you some tips to help you move abroad. You stick to the plan and you move forward. They'll come along eventually once they see that you did it and you're not living too badly. Okay, but that's important for you to reach out to your family and let them know what you plan to do, because your mental health abroad when you move starts with closure at home. You cannot have pending issues, doubts with family. You need to close those all off so that you are not taking that baggage with you when you move to your new country. Okay, so take the time to do that one right. So why Merida? How did I choose Merida? Well, like I said, I had been to Europe. I thought about going back to Spain. Did some research on Portugal. I looked at Quito, Ecuador, even Cartagena, Colombia, Belize, right? I even thought about Africa, but mine was to make a soft landing in Mexico. Again, I'm still close to the United States. If I want to hop over to the Caribbean islands are right there. If I want to go to Colombia, South America, they're all in close proximity. My fabulous studio apartment in a restored mansion is only $750 a month. I have met other people from the United States, whether they're young people or retired people. And so you have like a community of expats. But not only that, I have made a lot of friends, Mexican friends, here in Merida. The healthcare, the family doctor. I have 2 young dentists. Start now. Give yourself 6 months, 12 months to plan, especially on the financial end. I have included in the 5 steps to retire abroad over 60 2 documents. It's the same document for 2 different countries. This one is Spain. 5 important steps to prepare to leave the U.S. and retire over 60. Now that's for Spain. Let me get over here for Spain. Okay. It shows you what to do in the first 3 months, 4 to 6 months, 7 to 9 months, 10 to 12 months, and key tips. Why Spain? It gives you reasons why you might want to go to Spain. Then it gives you a detailed 12-month Spain relocation timeline, visa deep dive, financial and bureaucracy, language and housing, relocation, and getting Spain specific. So the link to this document will be included in the description of this video. So not only do I have one for Spain, but I have one for Mexico as well. And it's pretty much the same format, maybe a little bit different because it's a different country, but you have the option of downloading the one for Spain if you're interested in Spain, or the one for Mexico, a relocation timeline. And it's free. I'm not charging you anything for it. I'm not asking for a fee. Only thing I want you to do is comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. At 72, I did it, and I'm bringing you tips that you can use to help you make a smooth journey. So go ahead and share with your friends, your girlfriends, your male friends. They've been talking about, they mad about what's going on in the United States and they want to do something different. Send them over to my YouTube channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm here for you guys. All right. And so there you have it. My 5 steps that you can use if you're seriously considering moving abroad. These are things that I've done to make my transition smooth. Don't forget to grab the complimentary copy of the Relocation Timeline, whether you are considering Mexico or Spain. Hopefully, the timeline will be helpful for you. Until next time, remember, every day of preparation makes your expat dream that much sweeter. Hasta luego from Merida. Peace out.